Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with more reading the My Hero Academia Vigilantes manga. This is the second to last time that I'll be saying that, because today I'll be reading chapters 124, 125, and this Friday, which is 2 days from now. I'm recording this very early on Wednesday. The final chapter for Vigilantes comes out, which is bittersweet, but I'll talk more about that in the lead up to the final chapter. But I'll just say that, like, this series has been the perfect length. I don't feel like it's ending too soon or it's gone on too long. I think that this series has provided such a unique look at the My Hero universe that any respecting fan of the main series owes it to themselves to read Vigilantes, because you just, not only do you learn so much, but it's such a great ride. Koichi, Pop, Knuckle Duster, literally, I love these three. They are kind of like an edgier spin of like the main characters from the main series, and they're so cool, man. But anyway, last you guys saw me, I binge read like 4 or 5 of the chapters. I can't remember how many. I think it might have been 5. But I ran out of time to record that day. So here I am, going to read these 2, and then I'll read the final one on time, right when it airs on the final day. I owe it that much. I know I've been kind of sporadic with the Vigilantes ones, but that's because I kind of liked binge reading these because they kind of fly by, if I'm being honest. But yeah, let's read 124 and 125. Last we left off, 6 was defeated finally. Very long, prolonged fight, but he died. He gave Koichi a scratch. And Pop and Knuckle Duster confirmed to live, which is awesome. I was totally on board with them potentially dying. I thought, damn, that would have been really bold choice, but I respect it. But they're alive, so all the more chance for them to appear in the main series. I'm kidding. I'll drop that. But all right, 124. It's been 2 weeks since that night, but the investigation and cleanup have barely begun. As we get a shot of, I'm assuming, a police building, because we see Tsukuchi in the next panel. The Narahata lockdown was a grave affair. It goes without saying that the giant villain caused widespread destruction. But this meticulous and devious scheme to isolate an inner-city neighborhood was a new type of villain tactic that exploited a blind spot in hero society, as we get a lot of the Anons. We get a picture of a lot of the Anons. Why does it go to the next page? There we go. That night, you were treated as a villain on the run and got caught by pro-heroes, before being dragged into the battle against the mob of villains, as we see kind of a montage of everything Koichi went through. You were ordered to leave the scene and be a messenger, but you endured further villain attacks along the way. That about sums it up. The heroes and I were responsible for you throughout all of that. Now we're awaiting our punishment. As a result of your impulsive decision to dive back into battle, Narahata suffered massive damage. Don't tell me he's going to blame him for everything. Come on now. And then we get Koichi smiling in the bed. So I guess that means I'm headed for the slammer, right? he's missing a tooth. He's got a sling on. Just kind of, but he's happy, Koichi, sitting in the bed. The only silver lining, says Tsukuchi, is that there were no civilian casualties. I guess we can call that an achievement of yours. Speaking of victims, as he scratches the, I think that's the side where 6 gave him his scar to remember him by. Speaking of victims, as he does this, the scarred man who blew himself up while you watched. In the aftermath, our investigation turned up only bits and pieces of him. Yeah, because he's dead. Much like with the other bomber villains, we've had trouble identifying him. Oh, I see, says Koichi. And we get Sansa yelling at someone coming in the door. Excuse me, you really can't come in here. And we get Captain Celebrity. Okay, I love him. I am Captain Celebrity. Cast me as him. If anyone's watching out there, cast me as Captain Celebrity. I'll become a voice actor. Attention, Japanese police guys. This unjust interrogation of my sidekick, you just called him a sidekick, needs to end right now. Huh? Captain Celebrity? Don't tell me. Is he gonna take him under his wing? That would be really adorable, because this whole series has kind of been like Koichi understanding that like he needs to just grow up, be like stop pretending to be a hero. But if he ends up being a sidekick to Captain Celebrity, I'm on board. I love that. We can't honor that request. Koichi Hamawari is a material witness to villainous events, says Sansa. I refute that claim. Are you looking to cause international incident? Says Captain Celebrity. You have to leave the room, sir. He's shouting back. What are you doing here, Cap? And sidekick? Who's that? Says Koichi. It's okay, Sansa. Says Tsukauchi. Show yourself, Makoto. Oh, the sister's here? Yeah, that's right, because she works for him, right. Well, hello to you too, big brother, she says. Ah, Makoto, says Koichi. And then Captain Celebrity says, he's your brother, Makoto? It's, an honor, sir, he says. She says, Detective Tsukauchi, are you aware that Koichi Hamawari is employed by Captain Celebrity? I'm what now? I work for him? He says. And Captain Celebrity goes into Koichi and says, listen, you remember all those lunches and snacks you ate in the green room at Narfest? My agency ponied up the cash for that catering. It was paying you in food. That's some bullshit. That's not payment, but like I guess that's the way of them getting out of this, right? And your exploits at the Sky Egg. Let's say you were on the clock working for me. Hey, I mean, he did play a big part of that, so that's true. Furthermore, any number of Naruto locals can easily confirm that these two collaborated while out on patrol. And I guess they kind of did. Well, I mean, they definitely helped Sky Egg, but like in the streets, I get. But he was kind of stealing all the spotlight. But man, that was a long time ago. That's crazy. By the way, I hope the lighting's okay. It's kind of, I had it set darker, but maybe it'll work out better. So Koichi says, you always were good at this sort of quibbling and hand-waving. And she replies, I object to that accusation of quibbling, and Tsukauchi interrupts, fine, you made your point. All this hot air you're blowing, is it actually going to benefit him? Says Tsukauchi. She replies, I've got this. Dude, I love how they swoop in to save him at his time of need. He's like in trouble with the police and he's in the hospital and they just come in like covering his ass. I love that. Oh, if this ends with him going to be Captain Celebrity's sidekick, that's awesome. That's a really, I kind of hope that's what they're going for here. So our suggestion is for the CC Corporation, Captain Celebrity Corporation, I assume, to provide protection for you, Koichi, and Pop as well. Koichi interrupts, Pop, how's she doing? Makoto says, they keep telling me, Koichi says, they keep telling me I can't see her yet. She says, her condition? Well, that night, right when you were hurt big time, she woke up. What she went through affected her brain, and the long coma left her physically drained. Ugh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, she's here, though. But she was finally ready to get out of bed today. Oh, cool. Hey, good to see you, says Koichi. ... from Pop. Kazuho Hanayama. Like many other instant villains, you were a victim, affected by drugs and mind control property of a villain's quirk. At least as far as the authorities are concerned. Okay, so she's in the clear. Good. Once you feel up to it, we have to get a complete statement from you. Just know that we're not out to prosecute, only to show that you two are innocent of wrongdoing. For now, take it easy and focus on your recovery. She nods. Gee, thanks, says Koichi. CC, I'm just gonna call him CC, I kinda like that pronunciation. CC says, ever the flippant one, you? And then Koichi's like, oops. Tsukauchi, there's a lot of names here, a lot of long Japanese names. Sorry if it takes me a second. Your blunders are definitely part of the equation. Are not out of the woods yet, so look sharp. In the meantime, sidekick. I kind of love that. I think that's enough for today, Pop, says Makoto. Unless there's something you'd like to say to Koichi. Koichi says, nah, I can wait. Don't push yourself. I think we're both stuck in the hospital for a while anyway. She says, here. And she's got something in her lap. Huh? What's that? He says, an All Might hoodie. Oh, nice. Give him a hoodie. Oh, cute. He says, whoa, I don't have this one yet. Is this for me? His eyes are all glowing. She says, no, he says, dang, great job finding this. And then she says, just had it at home. Cool, thanks a lot. Is this the one she's been borrowing from the whole time? I can't remember if she ever gave that to him or not. It must be the original one yeah, that's actually really adorable. This is the one that he gave to her when they were younger, and he like saved her. That's actually really cute. Koichi says, I won't be wearing these things anymore, but it'll make for a great keepsake. Dang. And then we see her eye widen up because her other eye is gone, essentially. Makoto says, right. You're hanging up the proverbial cape then? Koichi replies, more or less. I pretty much learned my lesson. Might be time for me to grow up and get serious. So Koichi replies, yes, you'd better. That's great. Koichi waves as they leave. Basically, everyone else in the entire room leaves. I'm not going to go over all their names. Wasn't that nice, Pop, getting to see Koichi, says Makoto. She continues, you've both been through so much lately, but you're alive and kicking, and I'm sure you'll heal up fast. Once you're out of here, we'll find you someplace quiet to rest and relax. She stops the wheelchair with her hand. What's wrong? She says. I gotta... She gets up out of the chair. Careful, Pop, she shouts. I barely said a word to him, she thinks to herself. Thank you, as always. Sorry about everything I did. You're my hero. She's thinking of all these things that she would say to him. Just stay the way you are. And I always have and always will. Koichi, she says as she opens the door. All right. That's adorable. She goes in the room. He's out of the bed, and he's trying on the hoodie. This mother effer liar. He says, and he's like blushing. She says, what are you doing? Koichi replies, who, me? Well, I was staring at the hoodie and just couldn't help myself. He says, are you kidding me? She says as she starts crying and she falls to the floor. How stupid can one guy be? She's like blushing. She fell to the floor. She's crying. This is really sweet. I mean, I don't ship, but like, come on, these two are like meant to be. They have such strong feelings for each other, and I love it. Oh, that's cute. Oh, and then the next panel, she dives in and like gives him a hug, and she's crying. And oh, that's okay. That's a double panel, by the way. That's a good panel. Cool. You okay? Says Koichi. Koichi, you knucklehead. And she's crying too, with Makoto. What happened to your learning lesson? No, I mean, I had to try it on. Lesson learned, though, I swear. And as he says that, she checks for a lie detection on him. And he says, And she says, you liar. She's wiping tears away. This is a really adorable hospital scene. Well done. Cutting to CC. Boss, time for plan P. Give me that contract. Sure thing, says CC. Oh, they're busting out the hero contract. Yo. All right. Here we go, Koichi. Sign here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Why am I signing, says Koichi. What am I agreeing to? A contract? He doesn't even know what he's agreeing to. Sansa, Tsukauchi, and Pop are all watching this. And Captain Celebrity. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Koichi, my boy. I gotta say this. Koichi, my boy. Oh, wait, then he thinks to himself, always one to go with the flow. As he's crying, you see his like, are his tears flying? Or is that just him like whipping the head back and that's what the tears are like flying out? I don't know, that'd be kind of funny if you can make his tears fly. Huh, whoa, you okay, Cap? And here. Huh? To be continued. Okay, so like I thought, he essentially just signed a hero contract. I didn't know it was that simple. I mean, obviously he signed a lot of things, but don't you have to get a license? Maybe the rules are different in America? I don't know. Okay. Well, yeah, that's the end of that chapter. And now we're reading chapter 125, which is the newest one and second to last, the penultimate chapter for the series. So, first panel, Hope for the Future. In the skies, we get this girl. Forgive me, I can't remember the specific names of Pop's friends who were like on the dance squad and stuff. There's a lot of them. I can't remember their names. Never could. She's walking toward what we know now is the hospital. Episode 125, Toward the Future. Okay. Let's see what the penultimate episode has in store. April, says the narration box. How's the rehab going? Says someone. Well, I can walk on my own again, mostly. Though I don't know if I'll ever be bouncing and leaping around like I used to, says Pop. We get Soga here, wearing the sweet knuckle duster trench coat. I can't remember when he get. I think that was back at chapter like 75, where that was the letter. I think that's kind of when he first inherited it. Around then. Take it slow, he says. You'll get there eventually. The cops are coming to get your statement tomorrow, but don't push yourself. When it comes to those missing chunks of memory, just be honest. Hopefully we get Knuckle Duster, an update on him, either this or in the next chapter. Because we're getting Pop and Koichi. That's great. I love those two. But as you guys know, Knuckle Duster's my boy. I want to see how his story ends. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just tell me how. That's all I want. Tell me what he's doing. I will. Thanks, she says. Still, there's no denying how much trouble I caused. So I'd like to take responsibility however I can. He responds, yeah, well, go easy on yourself. You're a victim of that bee thing too, you know. And hey, you want to talk about causing trouble? How about the guy who got a few city blocks flattened and just kind of laughed it off? I was just thinking about Koichi. He should be the first in line to feel guilty, at least before you, as we get a shot of him just like laughing. Doing the old like, you know. You have a point, she says. That's a really adorable shot of Pop right there. You have a point. The girl who was walking toward the building came in. Again, I can't remember her name. Sorry. Hey, Pop, says the girl. Give me a ring if anything comes up, says Soga. I love how Soga has become the new, like, Knuckle Duster. Not really. Like, he's not nearly as cool. No one can be as cool as Knuckle Duster. He's, like, the coolest guy in this entire series. But I do like how he's kind of had that role of kind of the grump going around. The girl says, that shady guy sure is dropping by a lot. How exactly do you know him? And she's kind of like, yeah. How's everyone doing lately? Okay, please tell me. All I want is an update on Knuckle Duster. That's all I want from this. Settling into new things, I guess, as we get a bunch, again, more of the side characters from the Pop performances. The Prez and her guy are having a hard time adjusting to their jobs. Meanwhile, the dance girls are cracking the whip with new students. Yeah, they're training new people. Oh, also, you found herself a boyfriend. Oh, so that had been... Wait, that's not you. Never mind. That's a different girl. You found yourself a boyfriend. Care to accompany me while I survey... Okay, hold on. I gotta finish what they're saying, and then I'm gonna read what the guy said. An older guy from her college. Too plain for my taste, but... And then the guy, he's with this guy in glasses. He's got a camera. Care to accompany me while I survey alpine plant life? I try to say that in like a nerdy way, but he seems like a nice guy. Good for her. She beat me to the punch in that arena. She's looking sad about it. You got your part-time job at Hopper's, right, Miu? Miu? Okay, so her name's Miu. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know Miu and you. You might meet someone there, yeah? The clientele is just kind of on the rough side. And as we get a bunch of the street guys and like some other crazy quirk-looking guys who are in there. Business is booming and there's talk of opening a second shop near the station. Oh, the station, huh? Says Pop. They're mostly done with repairs over there. The area's looking pretty slick. Nice, they repaired the place. But as for the old quarter, it's back to the drawing board with the redevelopment plans. as we get a shot of the old part of the city. Makoto mentioned something about that. Like they're going to build some huge new facilities? And CC Corporation is selling out a lot of cash. Oh, cool. They're chipping in. That's nice of them. I guess Makoto forced her way into being a part of that deal. Yeah, she definitely seems like she would get her way. Anyway, a lot of vacant lots now, she continues. Oh, and on that note, they started tearing down Koichi's building. Oh. Well, RIP Koichi's old apartment that he was essentially living in for free, I think. If I remember correctly. Kind of a dump, but I like how he lived like on the roof, and we told people where he lived, they thought it was creepy, and then they wouldn't want to hang out with him. That's kind of sad they tore it down. Started tearing down Koichi's old building. So that old shabby dump is going to be gone soon, says Pop. First, Nara Fest ended, and now it's like everything we know is changing so fast. While I'm the only one standing still, says Pop. I don't feel too bad, Pop. Look, my life's at a standstill too, says the girl. That's a pretty funny expression she's got. Failed my entrance exams, can't find a boyfriend. My only hope at this point is a big miracle to turn things around. She starts crying. And then we get a shot of the Mantis guy from the bar. And you know how I mentioned a possible second Hopper's joint? And then we get a quotation from the guy. Having 2 cat cafes in the same town won't mean more customers. We need another concept entirely. End quote. What's the... that's the boss man. Wait, that's what the boss, Kamayan, said. So, she says, she pulls up a picture of some pirates or something. Cosplay pirates. How about a meet and greet place? Is that because she's got an eye patch? That's kind of messed up. Hey, we can cosplay as pirates. You're perfect for it. That's messed up. You're also part of my plans, you know, she says. Says Pop. I can tell you're grasping at straws here. Yeah, she's got, what is that? One cosplay idea is aliens, another one is it looks like detectives or something. Oh, totally. I'm the first to admit it, she says. Pop says, but really, I'd love to do this kind of stuff again. You don't sound too eager, says the friend. Oh, sure. You got someone waiting to sweep you off your feet, she says. What's that supposed to mean? Pop replies. How's Koichi doing anyway? She says. Pop says, him. He never changes, really. He's just normal, I guess. And she smiles and she's blushing. Koichi Hamawari, a.k.a. The Crawler. I've dug into his history over the past few months, and nothing remarkable came up at all, as we could just get shots of Koichi throughout various stages of his life. All I found were ordinary parents and a humdrum upbringing. Hard as it is to believe, his powerful quirk and abnormal battle prowess only reflect potential capitalized upon by an utterly average civilian. This is All For One. Yo, okay. All For One's talking about this. Circumstance, experience, and sheer force of will, as we get him just kind of doing this pose with all like the health tubes stuck to him. He's just doing this, contemplating. Circumstance, experience, and sheer force of will can turn man into Superman. Oh, they just name dropped Superman. I don't know if it's a direct reference, but that hard truth invalidates the methodology behind Operation Anonymous. Next, we get a shot of the Doctor, who's sitting on the crane chair, and Kurogiri. I'm more than willing to pay an exorbitant cost to keep that ultimate power, one for all, at arm's length. But how can we hope to respond when civilians on the street start taking heroic action? He continues. Extraordinary potential, suddenly available to one and all. Surely that's a path to unbridled chaos. But it also introduces uncertainty to my machinations. That's a word right there, machinations. I suppose there's nothing to be done, but to pour our efforts into the next plan. Yo. Season 1 Nomu. In the tank. Should society reach a point when heroes can spring up from every nook and cranny, I shall command an entity that can face even the mightiest hero head-on and force him to his knees through its own individual might. The OG Nomu, just front and center, in this back-to-tank looking thing. Yes, the bioengineered Nomu. In a way, I was led to this culmination by number 6 himself. Why main series fans refuse to read Vigilantes, I don't know. It just adds so much. Like, Vigilantes did a great job setting up the Nomu. That's one of the things it did best. Like, it did a lot of things really well, gave us really unique characters, and expanded on other characters we already knew. But in regards to the main series, it showed Hood, which was like one of the first prototype Nomu, and we saw how he developed and became a badass in the main series, and it's also showing us the OG Nomu right here. I say OG when technically like the Anons or 6 would be OG. But yeah, that's awesome. Okay, now we're getting Koichi. All right. How's our boy doing as a hero? Beep, beep. CC Corporation HQ, New York City. Alert, alert. The mayor of New York City has issued a dispatch request to CC Corporation. As we get this tall... So, this is New York. This is awesome. Dude. In the main series, you don't see the United States. I mean, you see like... what's her name? What's Star and Stripes? Yeah. CC Corporation. Yeah, so New York. Alert, alert. CCC02. Prepare to deploy. Alert, alert. CCC02. Prepare to... So he's number 2. I assume CCC01 would be Captain Celebrity, right? He's the top dog. So Koichi's number 2? Dude, that's a pretty big honor. That's like essentially like the Endeavor's agency. That's like him being Burnin, because I think Burnin's like second rank in that place. I could be wrong, but they kind of imply that. So Koichi's got a big role, and he's like he's in front of a mirror. He's like doing that whole thing you do before like a football game or something where you're prepping yourself. You're like, yeah, let's go. Like, and he's looking in the mirror and he sees the scar, of course, that was left by 6. Imagine like that was 6. That was what he wanted for the rest of his life, to be a reminder, you know. Gate opening. CCC02, the Skycrawler, stand by as the gates open. And he walks onto a giant runway. That is a great shot. And that's what I have to wait just 2 days to find the resolution of. Final chapter coming May 27th. Sorry. Got allergies. Huh. Really awesome. I'm trying to think, because how do I feel about this? Because they, for so long, were implying that he was nearing the end of his like hero days, but maybe they were meaning more so like it was a double-edged thing where it was like it's a fake out, where it's nearing the end of his vigilante days, which those did come to an end. That was his last act as a vigilante, because he wasn't a hero yet. But I like how they always set up that he dreamed of being a hero, but he just kept viewing it as unrealistic. He didn't really view himself as anything more than he was, you know? And here we are, looking badass, walking out of New York City, a high-rise in New York City as the number 2 hero, presumably. I'd be shocked if there was like a 0-0 or, you know, whatever. But number 2 in this agency, and is walking out to combat. Imagine he's being called to like go help in the main series. Hey, we need to help deploy now, but I doubt that's the case, because you think you would fly there. Although his name is now the Skycrawler, but maybe that's just a theming for his name because he's with Captain Celebrities. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just thought about it. My number 1 dream of the main series has always been to have one of the Vigilante original characters appear in the main series. Koichi is now a high-ranking hero over in the United States, in America. This sets up, I don't know how much they can show in the final chapter to set this up, but Koichi, who knows, they might send him in to go help Japan. Obviously, the Star and Stripes, the whole thing was like for her to appear and to set a precedence that would deter other heroes from joining in. But Koichi has people he cares about in Japan. And what if he asks Captain Celebrity, hey, let me go. You know, you can stay here, whatever. Or maybe he'll go too. Maybe because Star and Stripe dies, Captain Celebrity would be the highest ranking hero. Because in this series, they said he was the highest ranking hero. Obviously, Horikoshi's main series kind of not retconned it, but like something happened to where he wasn't the number one rated anymore. Maybe another scandal happened or something. I don't know. But if he is now the new number 2, and if Star when Star died, if he becomes number 1, dude, if he goes to, okay, I can't get my hopes up. I can't. There's only one chapter left. There's no way they're gonna end it with them being like, hey, we're getting a distress call from Japan. Okay, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Please don't. Okay, I can't let myself get too hyped. But if that happens next chapter, if it ends, like with it, whatever happens, it shows him going out helping Captain Celebrity fight crime. Hopefully we get a Knuckle Duster update. I'd be really sad if we didn't get one. Maybe like, okay, maybe because maybe it'll be like Knuckle Duster is back in Japan, and he calls Koichi and he's like, hey, we need you to come help. Japan's in peril. Like, you have any idea how happy I'd be? That would be so freaking cool. I don't know. These are really good 2 chapters. There's only 1 chapter left of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, guys. By the time you watch this, it'll probably just be 2 days away. Hell, and by the time you watch this, it might already be out. I don't know. I don't know what your schedule's like, but I'll be there. I'll be there the second it goes up, because I am not getting spoiled. I am not. Let me tell you, this series means too much to me to get spoiled for how it ends, but this is a great setup for the final chapter. This series deserves an anime. It really does. I don't know if it'll ever get one. I feel like someone made a good point. Typically, they make anime to promote the manga and like vice versa. Like they benefit off of each other. But if the series is done, there's nothing for the anime to promote unless they feel that the anime itself would earn them enough money. Which, you know, who knows? But yeah, awesome. Sorry for the delay on this, you guys. I know I've been sporadic with the Vigilantes reactions, but again, not only do they come out once every 2 weeks, so I don't really have it in the flow like every week. Like every week for the main series, I'm like, oh, it's Friday. It's routine. But this one, every 2 weeks, kind of throws me off, and they're very short chapters normally. I get through them in like 10, 15 minutes, so I kind of like to stack them toward the end I did. So, hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, where we read the finale, this has been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.